Right. This is an executive briefing on enterprise digital infrastructure here in Dubai. Today, we're examining the severe operational exposure associated with standard maintenance and, quite frankly, the strategic imperative of proper service-level agreement governance for sovereign and corporate entities.
Consider this hard truth. Maintenance is not protection. It is a receipt issued after damage has already occurred. You see, waiting for a failure to present itself before taking action, well, that is simply no longer a viable strategy for high-value operations.
When critical infrastructure fails, the financial impact is immediate and unforgiving. For large enterprises, unplanned downtime can reach $23,750 per minute. Now let's be clear, this isn't a mere IT inconvenience. It is a quantifiable, catastrophic loss that ripples through the entire organization.
And those standard SLA credits offered by typical vendors, they are entirely cosmetic. They compensate only a fraction of the financial loss, whilst the enterprise is forced to absorb the true damage. We are talking about severe revenue leakage, operational paralysis, reputational damage, and ultimately absolute board-level exposure. Beyond the financial exposure, the legal realities in the UAE are absolute. Federal Decree Law No. 45 of 2021, the Personal Data Protection Law, alongside Dubai Electronic Security Center expectations, mandate strict data protection and cybersecurity controls. Failure to maintain secure, highly available infrastructure isn't just an operational oversight. It is a regulatory breach with severe, non-negotiable penalties.
To truly understand this vulnerability, we have to diagnose the technical failure pattern. Downtime rarely happens in a vacuum. It stems from a compounding cascade of technical debt, time to first byte drift, unchecked plugin exposure, monolithic architecture bottlenecks, vendor delays, weak monitoring, untested recovery paths. All of these combine to create the perfect conditions for systemic failure.
This brings us to the doctrine of site reliability engineering, and specifically the concept of error budgets. Google's SRE guidance makes this mathematical reality completely clinical. At a 99.999% availability target, a full outage consumes the allowed monthly error budget in roughly 26 seconds. That is it. Five Nine's reliability leaves almost zero tolerance for operational delay or reactive troubleshooting.
The AELION SRE Governance model provides the definitive, engineered remediation for exactly this level of risk. This model replaces decorative dashboards and simple ping checks with actual, real user path verification. It enforces synthetic monitoring every 30 seconds. It applies chaos engineering to uncover hidden weaknesses. It adheres strictly to error budgets, and it demands a time to first byte target of below 200 milliseconds.
The contrast for decision makers is incredibly clear. Reactive agency maintenance waits for a failure to reach production and only then opens a support ticket. The AELION governance method is entirely different and anticipates failure. It stress tests the architecture and it meticulously controls the underlying conditions before an incident can ever affect your users. Ultimately, the standard is absolute. Reactive maintenance records failure. AELION governs the conditions that create it. For enterprise decision makers in Dubai, the question is no longer who can patch a system, but who is accountable for your continuous uptime, your legal exposure, and your operational resilience. A closed-door infrastructure audit is required to assess your current exposure and implement proper SLA governance.